Reuters has reported that about 150 U.S. service members have been injured so far. Can you confirm that number and elaborate on that?
I can't confirm the exact number. I know it's within that ballpark.
White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt was confronted with an incredibly important question by a Reuters reporter. And here's what a new report found by Reuters. As many as 150 US troops have been wounded in the 10-day-old war with Iran. And that's according to two people familiar with the matter who spoke with Reuters about it. Now, prior to Reuters' publication of the figure, the Pentagon had only disclosed that 8 US personnel were seriously injured. And that goes to a point that we've been making on this show repeatedly, that we suspect the United States government is withholding information and data when it comes to US casualties in the Middle East right now. And probably because of the fact that the war is incredibly unpopular, was unpopular from the jump. And hearing about more of our soldiers either getting wounded or killed is not going to bode well for the Trump administration. In a statement after Reuters published its report, the Pentagon estimated the figure to be approximately 140 wounded and said the vast majority of them were minor. But at this point, considering the fact that they were withholding information from us, can we really trust the Pentagon to tell us the truth? I certainly don't, and I wouldn't take their word for it. And I'm worried, Cenk, that this goes beyond troops just merely being wounded, which is bad enough. I'm worried that more of our troops have died, but we just don't know about it yet. According to Reuters, 108, according to the Pentagon, I should say, 108 only suffered small injuries and they have already returned to duty.
Yeah, so let me read a couple of super chats here because they've kind of channeled what I'm thinking. R. Stone said, I want out of this toxic ass relationship with this foreign country. It's dangerous to everybody's health. Where's the Surgeon General warning label? Well, now we find out that it's been dangerous to a lot more people's health. 150 wounded. Well, why were you saying 8 a minute ago?
Yeah.
Well, that's because you're hiding the number of casualties. And by the way, casualties means both killed and injured, right? And why were you hiding the number of casualties? Because you don't want people to find out that all these people got hurt on behalf of Israel, because that is going to play very, very poorly among the American people, and it is right now. In fact, Gen X Warrior 9 wrote in on Super Chat as well, I'm an America First conservative. And I completely agree with you on this issue. Trump has failed the American people with this BS. And he wrote out BS, trust me. Okay, so look guys, you got lied into this war, but you still didn't want it, only 41%. By the way, I should give that important explanation of the 41% number that we did in the earlier segment. So 41% going into the war in terms of popularity for the war is already terrible. But that's after the war started, and there's a rally the flag component that happens after any war starts. And so it got up to 41%. The number used to be as low as 25 to 15% before we went in, right? So this is as unpopular a war as we have ever seen. And the more gas prices go up, and much more importantly, the more casualties we have, the more unpopular it becomes. And when you go to explain why, and you go to your nonsense standard, take it off the shelf, neocon talking points for Iraq, weapons of mass destruction, they are about to have nukes, where they know we already destroyed their facilities, on and on. All those excuses are either A, were nonsense to begin with, but B, we've already knocked out everything they have. So why are we still there? And now anyone who doesn't watch television but gets their news online has access to reality and to actually stone cold facts. And everyone knows we're there because Israel has ordered us to be there. And we can't, and they won't order us to leave yet, but they're actually taking a lot of hits, which we're gonna talk about later in the show. And so they're starting to get skittish about this war that they desperately wanted. So the only way we're gonna leave is if Israel says, all right, forget your US casualties. Now Israel has taken some casualties, and those lives are of course worth way more than American lives or any other lives. So now you're allowed to withdraw, right? So Anna, we kind of have to wait for permission to withdraw from Israel.
Yeah, I mean, it's a daily humiliation ritual to see that our government, which takes a significant portion of our earnings out of our paychecks is not representing us, but instead representing the best interests of a foreign country, is being swayed and influenced by a foreign country. It's wrong. It should be considered treasonous. But unfortunately, we live in a corrupt system that just, is trying to convince the American people this is normal. This is not normal, period.
Every time you ring the bell below, an angel gets his wings. Totally not true, but it does keep you updated on our live shows.